It's sometimes easy to blame other people when things go wrong. We often try and find ways of rationalising or finding fault. Whether it's the person in front of you for making you late for work because they were driving so slowly, or your husband because he just doesn't empty the dishwasher. Either way, when we use blame, what we're really saying is, it's not my fault, I've done my bit, you haven't done yours. And the interesting thing about blame is that it extends beyond marital disputes and traffic jams to important health problems like antibiotic resistance. As many of you will be aware, the bacteria in our bodies have learned to outsmart the antibiotics that we use against them. And we use a lot. Around 29 million antibiotics were used in Australia in 2013. That's more than one per person. And the thing is, as many of you will know, we don't have to use them for infections like coughs, colds, sore throats and flus, and yet we still do. So the question is, why? Well, this is where blame comes back into the game. I had a look at all of the research from more than 100 studies of 60,000 people across the world. And what I found was that 70% of the health professionals and members of the public asked had heard of antibiotic resistance, and they knew that using too many antibiotics was the major thing that caused resistance. The problem was, though, they didn't think it was their antibiotic use that was the problem. In other words, they blamed everyone else. So doctors blamed patients, other doctors, other countries, other health professionals, whilst patients blamed the doctors and the governments and hospitals for not doing their bit to curb antibiotic resistance. So what do you think happens to a problem whenever everyone blames everyone else? Well, you're right. It keeps growing. In fact, it's due to grow from 50,000 deaths in 2013 to 10 million deaths by 2050. That is more than cancer. And so we need to do something about it. The challenge remains, though, what to do. Well, that's something that I am working on along with many others, but I think there is something that we as individuals can do right now. And that is to stop blaming each other and take responsibility for looking after antibiotics. And here's why I think that's the case. It's because we're all individuals. We can really only control our own behaviour, and we make decisions to prescribe antibiotics, we make decisions to use them, and ultimately we can make decisions not to. So the next time you go to your doctor with a cough, cold, flu or ear infection, why don't you try asking one simple question, which is, will I get better without an antibiotic?